Welcome once again to my channel, Dave Boots World. So today our next video will be about the stock sheet. The stock sheet. This is where you begin your farm. You begin planning your farm. The number of doe units that you wish to operate. You can start from here. The number of bags you can start from here. This is where you get to know the number of cages or rooms needed in your farm at a particular week. So as you can see, the first three, that is, we know that we started our farm on the 4th of July, right? That's the start date, 4th of July. And then this week, the current week, that today is 23rd, this week is the current week. That's why you see it here. You see that the date below, which is the future date, the formatting is different from the ones above. That is because these are future. We are not there yet. This is the current, and the last line of this, or the one on top of these colors or this color, it's the current date or the current week. So this is the current week. It's always above this color. Okay, so this is where you start your farm. So if it's a beginning, if you are beginning your farm afresh, or it's an existing farm, when you start, this is where you put your breeding doe figures. This is the let's say that you have a 60 doe unit farm. So 60 if you are starting, or if it's an existing farm that you are continuing. This is where you put the doe on your farm, and you put the bags on your farm. This is where you put them. So we are doing a 60 doe unit farm, and then we decide to use 5 bags. We are going to be doing a monthly cycle. Every month we will breed 20. So we will divide our doe unit by 3. Every month, the first month we will breed 20, second month we breed 20, then the third month we breed the last 20, then the fourth month we will breed the first batch, that's the 20, and so on, using 5 bags. So within a week, I do, it's a monthly cycle though, but you want your rabbit to give birth around the same time. So for me, I do my breeding in a week. You see, this spreadsheet gives you the weekly picture on a line. So this is a full week. Everything happening on your farm is on this line for that particular week. And so when you do a 20 doe unit with 5 bags, it means every bag can service 4 does. So every bag can service 4 does. So within a week, the bags, a bag will serve 4 does, which is very it's very acceptable, or let me say it is very possible to do that. You can also do 10. If you do 10 bags here, it means each bag can service around 2 does in a month. Remember, we are doing a monthly cycle, so if that week they finish, you will have to wait. You will have to wait for another month or 4 weeks before the bags are used again. So if you do the for the 60, for me, I'll use 5 bags. Maybe I'll go with 6 to have an extra bag. So this is existing or you starting. This is where you input your starting dose. Now if you are starting afresh and you are doing 20 20 20, there are two ways you can go about this. You can decide to buy 20 ready to breed those, then another 20 maybe in a month's time they will be ready to be mated. Then you buy younger ones that in 2 months time they will be ready to be mated, so that when you bring them on your farm you breed them ready to be ready to be mated first. Then after the month the next batch will be available, then you breed them also. Then after 2 months the younger ones become available, then you breed them also. Or you can decide to buy ready to breed 20. So if you are starting and you decide to do that, you do 20 here, then you come here, then the next 4 weeks, which will be here, you decide to buy another 20. It adds up. So this is where you buy those to add up to your dose or to replace dead ones, or maybe you sold some, so you are buying some to replace them. This is where you make that data, the same as back here. So you do it like this, then in another month you buy 20. So this will be 20 ready to be bred, 20 ready to be bred. Then so you buy them, you cross them immediately or maybe a few days later. Or for this one you buy all 60 here, but then 20 should be adult. The another 20 should be almost ready to be bred within a month. Then another 20 should be ready to bred within 2 months. Okay, so this is where you put the average price. This place is where you put the average price of these. Now if you buy them differently, that the ages means the price will be different. This is where you put the average. You add all the cost of buying them, then you divide it by the number that you bought. So let's say maybe the average price maybe will be 80, because maybe you bought some 100, you bought others 90, you bought some 60, and maybe 50 depending on the age. So let's put an average price of 80 here. That is for the stats. Or if it's an existing farm, it means that you already have these producing, so maybe you can decide to make them 100 per one, because they are already matured, they are already producing, so you can make it 100. So let's use that we are starting a new farm afresh, and I'll explain an existing how you go about an existing farm as well. And so here you put your dough, your back, then an existing farm will have winners. So for a 60 dough unit, if you are in your full capacity, it's expected to have around 300 or 2 something plus winners. So for an existing farm, let's say you have about 300 winners on your farm before starting this spreadsheet. So you put that there. Now remember that we made our cages in a way that the system will calculate the number of rooms that we need. So this is the number of rooms. This 126 here is the number of rooms needed for the 60 does, the 6 bags, and the 300 winners. This is the number of rooms that you need. So if it's an existing farm, you already have about that number of rooms already on your farm. This will be about 11 12 like 11 12 rooms cages. It will be around 132, meaning the -6 here means you have an extra 6 rooms. You have an extra 6 rooms. So if you are using the 12 rooms cages, it means that you will need about 11 to cater for this farm, an existing farm. But for a starting afresh, for a farm that you are starting afresh, after buying this, you will not have winners, so you need around 66 rooms, which is about 7 rooms, right? 7 cages. or no, it's 6 kgs is okay. 6 kgs will be okay. Yes, 6 kgs will be okay. Then you have an extra 6 rooms, that you are not using. So this side tells you the number of kgs or the number of rooms that you need at that particular week to be added to your existing ones, or the number of rooms which are not in use that you would treat them as like you have sold them. This is how it treats it actually. If it's negative, it will give you an income that okay, you are not using this, you can rent it out for maybe this. If you're not using it and standing there, let it be. When the time comes, it will be needed back. Especially to just tell you need 20 rooms and you have already 6 there, so you add 6, you add maybe 14 rooms more to it. So this is the total. This column is the total rooms needed. At a particular point. This is the 60 breeders, 60 does, and the 6 bucks. This is where you input them. Then this is where you do the dead or replace does. If you are buying a doe, this is where you add the figure in a positive. You do a positive figure here if the doe is being taken away. Maybe you lost the doe, or you are selling the doe. If you are taking the doe away from your farm, this is where you input it, but you make it negative. If you are buying, you put the figure, the number you are buying here, and you put the average price here. If you are selling, you put a negative figure here and you put the price that you sold it here. If it dies, it means you are not getting any amount from it. So you don't put any figure here, or you put 0, because it just, you lost it through sickness or theft, so you are not getting any revenue from it. But if you are selling it, if it's negative, then you have to make it, you have to add a price that you sold it for. Okay, so this will be possibly the only active column that you will be adding or subtracting from your breeder stock, same as this for the bucks, and here for your average buying price or selling price. Because if you sold a buck, it will be negative and the price will be there, and the price will be here. It adds up to your sales in the sales sheet. Okay, so any addition or subtraction you do here will reflect in your stock, your doe or your bag. So if you take one out, it changes to 69. So we are doing 60 does unit, 60 doe unit farm, and then 60 does and 6 bags with no winner, because we are starting at first, and we need 66 rooms, and we bought the 6 unit cages of the 6 cages of the 12 rooms cage. That's what we bought. That gave us 72 rooms, and we have 6 extra there. So this is for the stock sheet. Now if we go to the gestation sheet, which is the next one, and which is the next sheet that we'll be talking about in the next video. When we go there and we insert our breeding plan there, the 2020 every month, when you come back here, you see that these winners will change at a point in time. You have winners, the spreadsheet will bring that data here. Then you have bunnies with the doe, the spreadsheet will bring that information here. Once your doe start giving birth, this will all change. the number of kgs will also project into the future how many more kgs that you need to add. It will come here and add up to this one. So when you see that, you say, oh, maybe with this particular week I will need an extra of maybe 10 rooms, so let me plan ahead. And then you plan ahead and you procure those kgs or those rooms of kgs to be added. Okay, so thank you once again, and don't forget to subscribe. The next video will be about the gestation or the pregnancy stage sheet. Thank you.